All right. Check, check, check. A little earlier than expected today. Got some things going on at 3. Found out later. Well, not at 3, but I need to be finished a little bit before 5. So yeah, this gives me a chance to do that. So let's see where we at. 1400. Well, we lost a little bit of time, but we might as well use what we've got left. Let's search Beaumont Lake. I found a ton of zones today. So we're going to keep on keeping on. We will keep on keeping on. I would say tomorrow evening I'll be killing whitetail. I'm just honestly I'm not as thorough. Let's screenshot that. That's a max weight moose. I like to screenshot when I come across stuff like that so I can go back later, and I've gotten quite a few diamonds that way. I'll go back later and get them, track them down. Here's some XP. Let's get it. What's everybody into out there today? Yeah, I mean, I scheduled a stream and then 10 minutes later I changed it and just went ahead and went live. I got to thinking, if I stream for 2 hours and I start at 3, that just wouldn't give me time to. I got someplace I gotta be at 5:30, and I need to be done before 5 in order to get ready for that. So, what did we have one yelling at us over there? All right, so on Xbox I had the zones here. I had a really good zone here. So we'll see what we've got going on. Whitetail. That's no good. Now we have to have zones at Beaumont Lake now. Can't be having any of this. That's no good. It's no good either. I don't accept it. Not accepting that. Gots to have zones at Beaumont Lake, which we just got here, so. But standing right here where I'm at, I normally have, I mean, on Xbox, pretty good zone here. So nothing. A whole big bunch of nothing. But we'll go all around it. I wish I hadn't lost that hour. What did I do? I guess just getting everything ready. Thanks for the like, whoever did that. Appreciate that. We got to have more than this. I don't agree. I'm not accepting it. No. I shouldn't have been talking about all the zones I found today. I've jinxed myself. My first whitetail diamond ever was killed at this lake. Actually over there where we just came from. My first diamond ever was a blacktail killed right here on this lake. We're not quite at that spot yet, but it was at night, I remember. And I think I've got a nice blacktail that I'm going to pursue at some point. I don't know exactly which. How does this sound, by the way? Let me turn this up volume down. We'll hear what this sounds like on the stream. I'm going to pursue at some point. I don't know exactly which. Okay, I'm going to turn my desktop audio up, evidently. Trying to do a little sound check here, guys. Sorry. Let's see what that sounds like. Better. Carson May, I just started. It's very possible you could be the only one in here. Sorry about that, we had a little technical difficulty. I just, for whatever reason, felt like stopping. I did not mean for that to happen. Well, I tell you what, we came from that way. Why don't we go down this way? Since we're over here on this side. Every now and then that happens. It's mostly when I do YouTube, though. Appears to be doing fine now. Did Twitch this morning, no problems at all. The only time I ever have issues is when I stream to YouTube. I don't know. But how's everybody doing this evening? Welcome to the stream. We're not going to be shooting too much. Go ahead and warn you. This is all about setting up. But you hear people say all the time, or I do anyway. I hear people talking about how they can't find whitetail zones, and you ask them how long they've searched their map, and they say 2 or 3 hours, and you're like, no. I mean, it takes a good 20 hours to set your map up and find the zones. There's so much water on Layton. And people go out and search at like weird times. I'm like, what time are you looking? 9 o'clock. I'm like, you don't. They drink at 12 and 12:30. So, you know, you got to go out. And here's another thing. Don't go out till 1300 to look for zones. Because I can go ahead and tell you this right now. If a zone says it starts at 12:30, a lot of these zones, the deer won't actually show up to 1300. It depends on how far away they have to go. Now we have a whitetail track right there. Should we follow it and see where it goes? Let's do it. So you have to be patient. You can't just go and start hunting. I mean, you have to. I don't think that's going anywhere. You have to search your map patiently. I have found several zones today. I haven't shot the first thing, and I'm not going to. We are finding zones. When we find good zones, we put a tent down, and eventually I'll be set up and good to go. And all the work pays off, guys. I mean, I got my great one on Xbox, and I'm going to do the same method. I'm just going to follow Grimm's tactics. The man has 5 great ones. How could you not listen to him? You know? He says shoot 2. I'm shooting 2. He says, well, just anything he says, that's what I'm doing. I'm not variating. I'm not. I can't think of the word. I'm not deviating from his methods. I followed his methods before I got my great one, and we shall continue to follow his methods. And then I hear people like, well, I'm doing blah 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 blah. I'm not doing that. I'm doing blah blah blah. Have you gotten a great one yet? No. Oh. Okay. You know, listen to the man. He knows what he's talking about. Listen to him. Do what he says. He has multiple great ones. I'm listening to the guy that has 5 great ones. That's who I'm listening to. You know? That's the way it goes. I normally have whitetail zones here, but if I don't, that's okay. We've got plenty of other zones. I've probably got enough to start my grind actually, but you actually need to find them all because it can jack up your spawns. it can start putting some of your spawns in other zones that haven't been found and cause issues if you don't take the time to find them all. Right there where they're drinking, I normally have whitetail. I don't know what's going on. Hey, how's it going, B-boy? Appreciate you stopping by, man. I had a crash there a while ago. Beaumont Lake, man. I don't have a zone at Beaumont Lake. It's breaking my heart. My first whitetail deer, diamond, my first diamond whitetail deer was killed right here at Beaumont Lake, and I don't have a zone. Which, that's what's happened in the past. Beaumont used to be smoking hot. You used to be able to go to Ron's little island there, Ron McTube's little island, and you could see 2 or 3 zones from that little island. And now it's like, no. But now this is the update, you know, I'm on PC now, so I was on Xbox during my Great One grind, and I kept killing some pretty nice bucks there. Have you guys got any zones at Beaumont Lake? Alright, fine. I guess maybe I should go check with that while I'm down here. Since I didn't walk by it. I know it says 3 o'clock is when I was gonna go live, but not 5 minutes after I posted that, I said, you know, I actually need to go live now because I have somewhere I need to be at 5:30. So I wanted to stream for 2 hours, so I went ahead and went live so that I'll have time to get ready. Hope everyone's having an awesome day. Thanks for the likes, guys. I somehow have more likes than I do viewers, but you never know with YouTube. I've noticed it's different than Twitch. Doesn't update as, you know, as instantaneous as what Twitch does, from what I've been able to see. But we're going to set up. I've got some tents already set up. I'm not going to start shooting until I feel like I've found all my zones, or most of them at least. I can go ahead and tell you, I didn't have them all when I got shot my Great One before. I mean, I know they say that that's a big thing, but I've never had more than 25 zones, ever. I've never had 40 zones. Maybe I've got them and just not finding them, but we'll keep on looking here. Does everything sound good? Music, mic. What we got up here? Oh, we may have us a winner here. do you get up there? I'm aware that I'm probably going to scare them off, but I get most of my zones by clicking on tracks. Anyway. Huh. Where's that whitetail at? Drink zone right here, and I've scared them off evidently. Okay. So here's a separate one. Okay, so we have at least 2 bucks here. Why don't we? This is interesting. I don't think I've ever had a zone here. How many tents do I have? I've got one right there. I'm gonna set up on this. But word. Says the zone is there. But we actually got the need zone right there. But if I can get somewhere over here. Yeah. We're going to get up on top of that hill, create some distance. Hopefully I'll be able to spot them good from up there. Everything sounds good here. Are you doing a grind on the Rancho? No, I'm not going to. Found something out last night, and I don't know who was it. Irish maybe was telling me. When Lady goes live on Mexico, it causes severe lag on the stream, and it was doing me that way last night. And I didn't know if it was me or if it was Mexico or what, but when he said that, I said, you know, let's test it. So I switched to SRP, and immediately it went to a smooth stream, just silky smooth, and I was like, okay. So evidently there is something to. Now, if they drink on this side, I'm going to give it a little bit of leeway. Yeah, if they drink on that side of the zone, we want to be at least 200 meters from that. We got up here feeding around and such. Blacktail. We should be good through here, especially since I've gone ahead and compensated for that. And then I should be able to just run over here and hopefully spot them good. I've never had a zone up here, so I don't know. Who knows how it's gonna work. But let's keep on here. Got us a zone there. We need to check Chila Lake out. I need tents. I'm out. Well, we'll just have to put the tents back on later. Yeah, you're probably right, Corpse, because I got tracks right around me. Now, Jaxie says that animal tracks is what causes it, but in my experience, it's when you can barely put one down. And then you take this into account right here. And I do have a zone there. that little rocky cliff right there, believe it or not, there is actually like one little spot you can put a tent right there, and you can barely put it there. And for whatever reason, beavers have never failed that tent for me. It stays right there. So, but most of the time, if I can barely put a tent down, beaver, you know. But we'll see. Anyway, what's up, Corpse? Are you off work? Are you back? I'm going to say that I've got close to the amount of zones that I had on Xbox right now. I only had 20 to 25 zones on Xbox. I could not find any more, and part of that's probably they would get frozen or whatever, and they weren't there when I was there or something like that. But I'm finding a lot of zones. I'm just not finding them in the places, which I understand there's an update. You know, this is up to date, Xbox is not, so there is a difference. But finding a lot of zones. Multiples, like Renaki, I've got 2 zones right now. There are places that I'm finding 2 zones. Norden, my little lake there I always liked up there, 2 zones on it. I mean, the zones are coming along, and I've not touched the river yet. On lunch. Gotcha. Thanks for stopping by, man, on your lunch. Appreciate that. Have a cheeseburger for me. I'd love to have a big cheeseburger right now. But, yeah, I'm just going to continue looking here, and then, unfortunately, I'm going to have to go kill more geese for money. I don't have enough tents. And then also, honestly, you can buy one tripod to start with and put it down and take it back up and put it down and take it back up at all your tents that you go to when you do this grind. But every little thing that you do like that, that's going to knock you out of 2 or 3 deer at least in a drink time, because you got to sit there and put it down, then you got to pick it back up. You don't think that's a lot, but by the time you do that at all your drink zones, you're probably going to miss 2 or 3 deer. It's probably going to cost you in time. So part of it's I'm lazy and I want to just hop out of a tent, hop on a tripod, and boom boom. And I'm all about efficiency. Every second that you can save, do it. Back in the day, of course, back in the day I didn't get, oh, that's a nice 2. I didn't get the great one when I was doing this method, but I would use a 4-wheeler and go pick them up, you know. Now I had a zone right where I'm standing. And I had one down there, right there. Actually, I think I told you, Corpse, last night in your stream that I had one. There's a max weight. That I had one right there where you were standing. That's the corner. That's Chila. That's the same zone I had on Xbox. But you got a tent there. Your zone is like here and over here. I've had this zone too. I've not had that one. Let's give that a look and see if we got anything over there. Cheese Puffs. Lunch of Champions. Uh-oh, we got something here, probably rabbits. We'll click on them now. Pro tip from a non-pro. Click on the rabbit first. That way you don't click on the whitetail first, then you accidentally click on a rabbit and it changes to a rabbit. Now, if I do see a whitetail or something here, it's going to override the rabbit zone. So, yeah. I think we're just going to have the one. My one over there. And it's definitely one. The way I set it up is I go over to that corner and put a tripod and I call them out. Because it's hard to see them. I mean, you can take the 300 meter shots, pretty easy to see them, but then you gotta walk all the way over there and get them. So you gotta set up for convenience when you do this. You gotta factor in, okay, once I shoot them, then what? You know, I don't want to have to walk around in a half moon around the lake. So I want to set it up, straight line, bam, bam, as much efficiency as possible, wasting time or as little time as possible. And the ones watching probably already know all this stuff, but it's what I do. I am a teacher, so that's what I do. Yeah, this is another whitetail zone on my other. It's 16 o'clock, so I should stop there and reset the time. And we need to check some of these other. I need to check these three still. I haven't touched the rivers. I have 2 zones here. That one's a 2 or 3 deer zone, so I'm not worried about how close my tent is. This one, they tend to drink up in there. But I didn't have one here. That was kind of odd. Oh, let me show you all something. Watch this. I'm going to fast travel here. See if any of y'all have this same issue. You hear that? I'm at a tent. And if the tent's not there, I end up at another outpost. But watch this. See here? It won't take me up here. It will not take me to this outpost. Back at the tent. See there? Weird. Very weird. So if anybody else has that problem, let me know. We're going to change the time. We'll go back at it. And I do 1300, guys. Simply because 12:30, not all your deer are there. I mean, they're supposed to be, but they're not. That's just the way it is. So I'm doing 1300 when I search for deer. Now when I hunt, I am going to do 12:30, 12:29 actually, like Grim says. But when I'm searching for zones, I do 1300. It is what I do. It's probably not right, but it's what I do. Alright, let's lay us a game plan out here. I didn't have the zone up there like I normally do. I didn't have one there. I've got one here. And I've got 2 here. I've not even touched the river or that. Beaumont had 2 zones that were whitetail. Beaumont Lake had nothing except for up here. That little. I've never had a zone there. Finally got one. Let's go to a place where we know there's deer. I just want to make sure that deer are moving around. That's another little tip I can tell you. Oh, it won't either? So there's something wrong. It's just like Africa's got problems, Medved's got problems, and that outpost has problems. But this is something that I like to do as well, like especially, you know, I don't want to go and search places and the deer aren't there yet. So I know I've got deer here. I've got 2 different zones, but this one that's closest to us I don't care about because it's only like 3 deer and none of them are anything special. So we're going to check and see if our deer are over there, and they're not. See? They are not. So I could be walking around checking all these places, and my deer are not there. I know that deer use that, and I know they use this, and they should be there, but they are not. They're not there. So maybe I should set it for like 12:40 and just give them time to load in. I don't know. Let's check this zone. I'm going places where I know deer are. Do you think that Chromebook can run classic? Well, I don't know about Classic, but it cannot run Call of the Wild because I have a Chromebook. So I tell you what you can do, B-Boy. There is a website. Just go to Google and type in "Can I run this?" and it will check your computer out, and it'll tell you. You'll have to put Classic in, but it'll tell you if it can run it or not. I'm going to say no on a Chromebook. Nothing. And these are places that I know deer are at, and nothing. Let's see if that woke it up when I went up there. So there's no point in me running around looking for zones when the deer aren't where they're supposed to be yet. Ridiculous. And that's a good sizable herd over there too. Now I know that one's going to be invisible. They should be over there. Okay. Let's go where we know. I got 2 zones on Renaki, or Renaki, however you say it. Whenever I see deer, then I'll go looking at new places. That's my rule. I don't go out looking until I go to the zones that I've already found and make sure that there are deer there. If they are not, then I don't go looking, because it does me no good to be walking around saying, oh, I don't have any zones there. Well, how do you know? Because there's no deer anywhere right now. So weird. I haven't seen any animals at all. That's the weird part, you know? It's like the game said, no, you don't get anything. This is close to where I killed my great one, actually. Nothing, man. Like, what's going on? I'm getting a little bit frustrated here because all I've seen is one rabbit. That's ridiculous. And setting the time for 1300 and then, okay. We've lost way too much time. Animals should be where they're at right now. I want to quit the game out, I guess, is what I have to do. Just completely reload it. But I'm not doing it at 1330. I mean, I'm going to put it for 1229. And then I'm going to quit out, load it back up. Or should I just leave the map and come back? Just leave the map and come back, see what that does. But I'm not going to go look until I typed Classic in that app and it says no results found. The Hunter Classic. Did you type the Hunter Classic? Oh, we've already changed the time. No, we're going to back to Layton. Because when I type in the Hunter Call of the Wild, you got to type in the Hunter semicolon space Call of the Wild. So you might just have to type in the Hunter Classic. Okay, so let's once again go to where we know we have zones, and whenever I start seeing deer, then I'll go searching for new zones. Yep, as in it will run it. The Chromebook will run Classic. Wow. Interesting. Well, we've got plenty of ducks. Jeez, oh, Pete. Man, I was finding them left and right before. I didn't have this issue earlier. I don't know what's going on. Whitetail. That's a good sign, though. That's animal movement. Well, it crashed again. Jeez. That's always fun. Love having all these issues. Now, how long is it going to take for everything to load back in? If it crashes again, guys, I'm just going to have to... I don't know what it is with YouTube. I get these crashes with YouTube. I don't get them with Twitch. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. I do know that I would love to see some animal movement from one of my zones that I know that I should have deer at. Once I see that, I'll go out looking for new zones. But I'm not looking until I get deer. Yeah, one more crash. If it crashes again, guys, I'll be done for the evening. Where are my deer? And why do ducks work but deer don't? So we have an elk. Now let's go somewhere else. It's frustrating, that's for sure. Get it. I don't have this zone over here. Man, I don't understand this at all. I'd love to see deer. is going on, guys? How can this... How can this be? I mean, I know there's deer at these zones, and they're just not there. All right, finally. Deer. Jeez. Well, that's part of... Some of your zones are later, some are not. Okay, let's... You know, I never have gotten that zone right there, though. I need to go get it.